Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D After Dark, only on A2DRadio.com. We are brought to you by our doc, Make 'em Yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Lindsay Moper. Did I get it, Linz? Again?
Nope.
No, I didn't get it this time.
Mopper. No, it's Mopper, like a mop.
Like a mop. I got Mopper, Lindsay Mopper. I got it.
Yeah.
That's on me again. That's why probably the guests after quarantine didn't come back, Chrome, because I couldn't, you know what I mean? We would be going over the names at night, the last names. I'm a worst last name guy in the country.
Some people say Muppet, though, so.
Oh, that's
better than that. Cool.
Yeah, way better than that. I mean, at least I'm in the ballpark. You know what I mean? I might hit a foul ball, but I'm still here. Tor Sobolewski, did I get it, Tor?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 for 2. Michael Chromiak in the house, 2 for 3. Guys still going to the Hall of Fame. We got a lot to talk about on A2D After Dark tonight. I'm glad you're all joining us. Getting through, hopefully, not another lockdown. Hopefully not. And if you are, like we were last time, we're here for you. We're here to talk sports. Shout out segment at the end of the show. Social media fails. I know Tori's probably got a bunch of them in her pocket. Flyers new uniforms. We'll talk about if they're hot or not. Eagles versus Giants recap, which was disgusting. And obviously we'll preview what will be the Cleveland Browns game, which could be disgusting as well. Probably will be disgusting. But our poll question brought to you by Ambuck Services, 20% off. All you got to say is A2D sent you. Gutter guards, gutter installations. They got you covered. AmbuckServices.com, 20% off. Tori, you rolled your eyes right there, Tori. There's one.
I'm trying not to, okay?
I'm just keeping track for the people at home. We're going to keep a little scoreboard tonight. We're scoreboard watching.
Over
watching.
Under.
Yeah,
I'm going to get a whiteboard back here. We're going to do
over under 45 times.
45 times. Our poll question: did Sunday's game change your outlook on the season? Agree or disagree? Listen, your outlook might have been negative to start, so it didn't change anything, or you could have been on the positive tree, and now you're shattered, you're broken. So, to me, has it changed my outlook? Absolutely changed my outlook. I came into this game expecting a win. I expected this team to put it together. Second half run, be resilient. A, B, C, and D, and guess what? They weren't. They were none of the above. They weren't resilient. They showed there was no energy. I didn't feel it. I don't know if anybody watching felt the same thing. Just everything I watched just seemed slow, not motivated. I don't know. It was just a weird feel against a divisional rival and not what I expected, and I think not what anybody expected, or maybe people did expect that, and that's fine. So to me, I agree. It did change my outlook. I thought this team, anyway, you get into the dance, it's great. You get into the dance, anything can happen. You got to prove a lot to me now for me to believe if you win this crap division that you can make something of it if you get into the playoffs. Either way, I'm not tanking for a pick because I don't trust the guy picking it. So either way, I'm in it with you guys. There's no basketball on yet or other sports for really to take my mind away from the Eagles. So I'm in it to, air quote, win it because the division is horrendous. So, but it did change my outlook. I don't think they're the resilient team they've been in the past, and that's disturbing to me. Lindsay, what do you say? Did Sunday's game change your outlook on the season?
Yes. I was on your side last time talking about this. Like, I'm usually very optimistic. I give them the benefit of the doubt, but after watching that, definitely a game changer. And I mean, like Ariana was saying last week, the games are boring. Like, I don't have enough time, like, to watch that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like, and we were also saying last week, will they win? How many more games? That was the poll question. How many more games will they win? And that was like a definite. So the fact that we didn't win that, very concerning. So yes, definitely.
Yeah, look how fast we changed. And I don't think we changed fast at all. I think we gave it a long enough sample size to sit back and look and say, you know what? This is boring to watch. This isn't exciting. I don't feel like the players are excited. I don't see the emotion like I feel like I should be seeing out of a team fighting for their lives. Essentially, you're fighting for your division and your lives, and you haven't played good football. So, everything I expected, we haven't been seeing, and we have every right to be out on them right now. We stuck with them, Lindsay, long enough. We were with them long enough, and when it's trendy and it's trending in that direction, I'm not hopping off a wagon. I'm not quitting on them, but I'm not like, hey, I'm not gonna be upset if you lose anymore. You're not gonna bother me. You guys got to walk home with that. So that's how I look at it now. Chrome, what do you say? This Sunday's game change your outlook on the season?
100% it changed my outlook. There's no excuse for that. We have people making excuses. Well, it's tough. It's a divisional matchup. No, it's not. When a team has 11 players out, and it's not the Philadelphia Eagles, who's getting players back, and that's the performance that you get against a skeleton crew, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Every one of them should have to walk back wherever they're at. I was absolutely embarrassed by that performance. You guys are spot on. Their games are vanilla. The game plan is vanilla. They're boring. The most entertaining games they had were in losses against Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Maybe if you want to throw San Francisco out there, but even then, not great.
No.
I'm embarrassed by this team. I'm embarrassed by this coach. He's been terrible this year. I'm embarrassed by this quarterback. And I know he's not been, handed a full deck of cards here. But regardless, if you're an elite quarterback, you need to be better at this point in the year. And I expected much more from this team coming out of a bye week. Everything that we talked about with Doug before, where Doug in previous years was very good at making in-game adjustments. We don't see any of that. Any of that. I felt like they moved the ball early, but couldn't complete drives. And it just got to the point you saw guys dropping footballs at the end. And nobody looked like they were ready to play a full 4 quarters. I was embarrassed, and right now I'm out on this team. I don't care if they win, lose, I'll watch. I don't care. At this point, they haven't earned me picking them to win a single game for the rest of the year. I don't care what they do.
Yeah, I'm not like ebb and flow of NFL. I would never.
I'm ready for this.
No,
give me this and give me this. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
He got his airplane pillow.
I just got home today.
I'll jump in that wagon with you, Chrome, on the Sixers and Flyers. But what I will say is that I won't predict them not to win another game. Like, I'm not predicting them to win anything, and I don't think they're good enough. But the ebb and flow of the NFL, they'll win another game. You know what I mean?
Oh, they will.
They
they haven't earned my confidence in any game going into this year after this weekend to say I'm definitely gonna pick them for anything. I might not pick them for any games for the rest of the year.
Rob Povia has a comment, and it's a good one, and then Tor, I'm gonna send it to you. But he says not to make excuses because the players be distracted by the added level of 2020, playing in a pandemic, taking away from the normal hunger. This is what I'll say, Robbie, to that. You know what I mean? I'll say that should be your escape. That should be your escape from it. When I went out and coached, I felt like it was normal, right? When I gave a kid a high five, I felt normal again, right? So that should be your escape. When you step between lines and stuff, man, when you're stepping between the lines, and Robbie knows this, he's just asking a good question because it's a valid question. You know what I mean? But when you step between the lines of something, I mean, your radar should be locked and you should be ready to go. You should be excited. Like I said on the videos numerous times, I shouldn't be more excited in a robe. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't be sitting home in a robe, like thinking like, oh, why am I standing up jacked up? Are you guys here? So, no, I think that should be their escape.
And to
They're
your
the
point,
one league that has started on time, too. Every other league has been in a bubble, stopped playing, started playing. They're the one league that has, for the most part, they started on time. They might not have fans, but our team should be lucky not to have fans there. That works for their benefit. So,
and to your points, guys, that excuse is out the window because everybody else has the same thing going on. It's not one team dealing with it. Every team in every sport is dealing with it. So to me, no excuse for that. Because every team is going to have to deal with some kind of trial and tribulation for this year. Everybody knew coming in it was going to be a weird year. And honestly, the NFL is the most normal of all the years. Every other year and every other sport has been different. So no excuses for these guys. There's no reason to not get up for this at all. There's no reason to be a mediocre vanilla team completely. at this point in the year with the talent that's on this roster.
You're 100% right, Greg.
Who, Greg?
Yeah, Greg just had me going. He said, "Good evening, ladies and Tom."
I can't.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so to the poll question, I will disagree, only because I've been called doom and gloom all season, rightfully so. I just know that I know the feel of my team, and after the second half of game one, my feel for this team was we're not going to win shit. We had a couple wins thrown to us, and even in those games, it's like we still didn't want to win. So I'm going to disagree just because I kind of had this outlook all season long, kind of like through last year too. I did off and on. So that's why I disagree, just because I haven't gotten my hopes up since game one. Unfortunately, I did pick them to win last week, even though I said it would be close. But yeah, it's embarrassing, flat out. I've been on that train though for a while. So
yeah, I didn't expect you to. I expect you to be in the disagreement. We know where you've been.
yeah,
We
exactly.
Well,
I don't set myself up for failure.
No, and listen, and with this football team, rightfully so. But I just expected more because I thought they were tougher than this. You know what I mean? Like I thought that leaders were in this locker room that were tougher than this. I believed too much. I don't know. Brandon Graham's always been a great leader to me. Just would you stop, Tor? I'm saying there's enough rings. There's enough damn rings in the locker room. Is there not enough rings in the locker room still here?
Maybe that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is. Because listen, I won a ring one day in high school, and I talked about for 10 years. I was on a book tour for 10 years. 10 years about the ring. Really, a book tour. And I think that it could be on that.
Defensive player of the year for the freshman softball team. I will never let it go.
Harlem's comment real quick. I just want to respond to that because I think that.
No, read it. If you know what it is, go ahead. Here it is.
Yeah. What's up, ladies and gents, watching this division, quarterback play in this division just tells me how good Dak is. I'm going to agree and I'm going to disagree with that because overall, I think we agree with this time and we talked about it. You know, we're not homers. I think Dak is a lot better than people give him credit for. Do I think the Cowboys would be a little bit better now? Yes, I do. However, before Dak got hurt, they were playing like trash. This entire division has played like trash. So I can agree that he's better than people give him credit for, and maybe Cowboy fans who have trashed on him and a lot of Eagles fans can see how much of an impact he does make on that team. Yeah. However, I don't know that was going to happen this year. The entire division has been an absolute dumpster fire.
No, listen, it has. Everything's been bad, and we just carried along with it, right? We played down to our competition if we think we're better than we are, or whatever the case may be. But what I just don't like is everything. I don't like being lied to as a fan, and I think that's the biggest thing. So when you like lied to me, and like it's the DeMarco Murray thing, like you're supposed to be great, and you came here and you lied to me, and you weren't good. Like that's what I mean by that. So this football team was supposed to be good on paper. They were supposed to be good, and everything feels like a lie. So my question to you guys is, and I think everybody knows how I feel about it, but I want to pose it to you: is that are you tanking and trying to get the highest pick possible, or are you saying, you know what, screw it, just get me into the dance any way you can get me into it? Lindsay, what do you say?
Honestly.
The tough one, right? It's not as easy as it was. Man.
I almost want to guess what you would say. Are you saying just to tank it and just get to the best draft that you can get?
Absolutely not. That's surprising people.
I don't know why I was getting those vibes from you, but I maybe that's Tor, maybe. But yeah.
Come on.
I was like, Tor, take it. I mean, I don't have the mentality to be like, just tank it. You know what? Just absolutely lose yourself. Like, so obviously I'm going to go with keep going. But like you were saying earlier, I mean, I don't expect anything anymore. Like, I'm not going to get upset, with a loss because that's just what's going to happen. So my answer to that, I would just say, keep going. But Yeah, I
do
don't
I,
really
do I want to tank to pick JJ Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf again? Do I want to tank to pick Jalen Reagor over Jefferson? Do I want to tank to pick a quarterback in the second round? No. Do I want to tank to get rid of our GM? Can I do that? Sure.
So, I mean, that's a great answer by both of you guys. Are both on. Lindsay's more with me. Tor, you're right with me too, because they're the reasons I don't care enough to tank. Like, I know who's picking them. I know who's shopping for the groceries. And if you guys send somebody out to shop for the groceries all the time and they do a horrendous job, guess what you do? You hop in and shop for your own groceries. So what's happening right now is a bad grocery shopper, and it's been happening over a long period of time. I'll say it again. I want Chrome, before we go to this next question, I want you to answer this. But the next one I'm posing before I forget about it is, who's the star? And we'll get into that in a second. But to the other question, Chrome, go ahead.
Well, Tori, you're a woman after my own heart right now. I'll tell you what, right?
All I need is the Mickey ears.
Right with you right now. I'll tell you what, I'm with you 100%. I don't have any confidence in this general manager. I don't want him to tank. I want him, if they lose, I'm cool with it. I don't want him to tank, because then there's an excuse to keep the general manager. I don't want him to lose. I don't want him to lose to get a better draft pick, because I don't believe in the guy doing the draft picks. Not by any means. And I don't even know if I would believe in him to use the pick to make a suitable trade at this point. So, my opinion, I want him to just lose. Just lose. Because to me, it doesn't make a difference of anybody. This division this year is an embarrassment. I don't even know that I would want to be necessarily the team that wins a division with 5 games, because you're always going to be talked about forever that way. I don't know if I want to be that guy. You still hear about Atlanta won a division however many years ago with 7 games. How terrible that was. I don't want to be that team that's talked about, because it's very, very, very likely the team that wins this division is only winning 5. I don't know that I want to be that team. We already have like the Sixers with the most losses in the history of an NBA season. I don't want Philadelphia to be that team.
I do. I do. I want it to be magnified, Chrome. I want everybody with eyeballs.
Right.
I want
it to happen. I want it to happen organically, though. I don't want a tank job. I don't want them to do things to increase their chances of losing games. I want them to just lose. Just lose. That's it. I don't want them to make the playoffs.
That's something just they can do.
Hold on. I can never wake up for anything in life to lose. I just can't. I can't wrap my head around wanting losses. But what I will say,
never in my life have I wanted to see a team lose. This is the first time in my life I've won it.
This is my reason.
Welcome to 2020.
Even during the process, I didn't like that shit. I wasn't a huge fan of it. But I look at things now with this team. I want Howie gone that long that I want that badly that I want them to lose. That's how badly I want that guy gone.
No,
so is he gone after this year though? I don't think so.
I don't know, but
this is my question to you right now though. Is if anybody else eyeballs watches this roster not being good enough? So I want them to make the playoffs, and I want it to be magnified how bad they are. I want it to be magnified even more how bad they are. Because if they make it, then everybody can talk crap about you. Now, if you go win a playoff game somehow, then it all goes away. But until that time happens, right? Then fine. Be talked about how bad you are, and you got in. I don't care. Anything that gets this guy out of town, I'm done with it. He can go to the closet. He can go anywhere else. I'm done with him. I'm done with him handling player personnel. I don't want nerds handling player personnel. Let them do what they do good. Be on a computer, crunch numbers. I need football people. They don't got to play the game. There's a lot of guys who didn't play at a high level that are great football guys. This guy, not a good evaluator of talent. He falls in love and then gets locked in, and then that's his pick instead of feeling the board out. Well, the board, we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. We're going to go to the next question. We're not even going to do that tonight. It's not even worth anybody's time. Nobody's time is worth that. They go reminisce about that disgrace. And then guys are taking down their social medias. Grow up, dude. It's not TCU. If you want to play in a big market, you're going to get a little list on Twitter. You're going to get a little. People are going to be coming at you. It's part of professional sports. Don't take the check, okay? And don't create a social media account. TCU, everybody's going to tell you get blown out. Hey, you go get them next week. It's not college. It's not college. You're getting paid to play in a big market. Either be man enough to handle it or never create one to begin with. But that's a bad look out of the kid. So it just goes back to Howie Roseman saying, I'm watching Justin Jefferson go over the middle against linebackers and lower his shoulder and be aggressive. Like, be aggressive. Something we're missing completely here. Somebody taking it to somebody else. And then we're sitting here with a gadget. We didn't play bad on Sunday. I'm just making the point. So, to the next question.
It was just he's just irrelevant to me.
I know. It's hard.
Like, I don't know what pisses me off more. Nick Foles' name or Jalen Hurts' name. I'm not sure. But they both irk my soul.
Oh, it's got to be Nick Foles because we're still hearing about it years later.
But
the guy just got laid out
there.
again. The guy got laid out again for another season-ending injury, essentially, and you're still having people say they would rather have Nick Foles on this roster. So it's got to be him.
Andy, there's nothing wrong with nerds. I love it. What's wrong with nerds is nerds trying to put their jock strap on. Like, that's what
Andy,
that's my it. Be nerdy all you want.
If Andy's out there making draft picks, I would have a problem with it.
Me too.
Love you.
He could be the best players in the world. Like, Andy could have the greatest books of all time. Like, the greatest books. He lays them on the table. Look how clean I am. Look how everything's lined up here. Right? Nobody does better books. And I could be like, hey, and stick to the books. So the next question for everybody is, who are the stars? Like, who can you say is like, you know what? That guy I got to keep no matter what. No matter what. I want to know, because there's probably a couple, but I just want to know if people have any. And this is going to show either I'm drinking the green Kool-Aid or I'm realistic about what this roster really is. And
It's
Lindsay,
hard.
whoever has them first can go. Doesn't matter.
There's probably only like two answers.
There's not many. That's why I'm gauging. There might be none.
So what's your answer?
None. You can say it.
Brandon Graham. However, he's getting older, so it's like he's good for this year, but how many years can he be our best player we have right now? Obviously, everyone will probably say Fulgham.
I was going to say Fulgham. I just think he's like
I agree with both of them.
If Ariana were here, she'd back me up. If you were continuing, you can keep going. I was definitely going to say, I was just reading some of the comments. Like, I don't know what it is, but Sanders, I've always been a fan of him. I think I don't know. I just, he would definitely be on my list. I'm trying to think of someone else. I mean, like you said, it's kind of hard. But I would put Fulgham on my list.
Are we talking long term, or are we talking about like going into next year or the next 2 years? Like, what are we looking at? Or is it open?
Untouchable. Star. Somebody you need on your football team moving forward. And I'm not going to everybody, I'm not going to get deep into it because I don't have many. I don't have many guys that are like, I have to have you. And that's bad. Like, so when you talk about this question and why it's tough, it shouldn't be, right? We just won a Super Bowl in 2017. Our roster shouldn't have gotten this bad where there's only a couple names. So whoever names you have are fine to me. I don't care. That's why I was gauging it, because nobody has more than 2, 3 tops. 3's the most you're going to see. Marquise had 3. And I think that's the number. And I might only have 2 that I would say, I'm not moving for anything. And that would be that'd be like right now, right this moment. I'm not moving my quarterback yet. I'm not done on him yet. And I'm not moving Miles Sanders yet, even though I get all over Miles. But now if DeAndre Hopkins was available, I'm moving Miles Sanders. So that's my only thing there. Like, you would have to wow me to move guys. That's a wow. Makes sense. If I get the best player at a position at a certain age, and guess what? I have to be smart for my football team, and I would move Miles Sanders. But, there are 2 guys I'm not trying to move right now. I think that's a good 1-2 punch, hopefully. But
I want to say Goddard coming into this season. But if I'm looking at this season, he's let me down a lot. But he's still somebody. So it's like I feel like it's 2 different questions to me. Like, I still don't want to move Goddard, but he hasn't really shown that to me this season. But I know what he can do, kind of thing.
Sorry, it's a tough question because you're talking about untouchables. You're talking about somebody that you wouldn't move, for the right deal. And that's what makes it hard, because you would want to have to be the football team that you want to be. You would want to have to rattle off like 8 to 10 names. Easy, right? That you need over the next 3 years to be what you want to be. So we'll add that into the question, right? So over the next 3 years, who has to be on this football team? I think that's more realistic, right? So now you got more of a gauge on who you really would want. So now Brandon Graham comes into that factor tour where like, yes, I want him for the next 3 years. Absolutely. So that might change you guys, your answers a little bit that are untouchables for the next 3 years. So you got to really believe in somebody to say, you know what, there isn't a right deal that I would move.
Yeah, but it's like what year will Brandon Graham, like this has been his best season so far, but and what's it, year 10? At what year does he fall off? You know, he could just fall off and go.
Yeah, I
be
mean, he's
irrelevant.
been a model of consistency, though, for a very long time. He's always been very highly productive. And the thing is, even though he doesn't have double-digit sack numbers up until likely this year, he's always been a playmaker. You have those guys that constantly make big plays at key moments. And there's a spot on a roster for that. If you're not hearing his name a lot, but it could be a good and a bad thing. You know, he's doing his job, but maybe he's not getting to the quarterback every play. But then when you hear his name in the fourth quarter during a 2-minute drill, how many times has he been the guy to make the strip sack, make that big play, make that big sack on the quarterback? He's more, I don't want to say he's elite, but he's more of a pivotal player than his statistical boxes would indicate.
No,
and I think that's why he's so key.
Absolutely. Ryan says Wentz isn't untouchable. I mean, I'm not saying the right deal. I want to move him, but right now, over the next 3 years, I think I still want him to be my quarterback. You know, you said Miles is untouchable, so that doesn't make sense because that's a running back, and that shelf life isn't as big as a quarterback. So to me,
then someone said here, if you can get Wentz for a great receiver, I consider. But why are you going to get a great receiver with who's throwing to him? Like we have nobody that we know of that can throw to a great receiver, so that makes no sense to me.
Where we are, agendas come in sometimes. And I want to ask them Penn State fans that are big Miles fans that he would be untouchable for the Eagles. Is that you wouldn't have traded him for DeAndre Hopkins? I love Miles, but I can't pass that deal up. Is he ever?
I would have done it then. I'll do it now. Yes.
It is like, is he ever going to be DeAndre Hopkins? I don't know. Since I don't know, I'm going to go get the guy that I know what he is. But I do want to build this team around Miles, Carson. Obviously, I got to build him around Jalen Reagor because he's here. Right, and he's not going anywhere. So I mean, to me, when you guys are untouchable, it's tough. Untouchable's tough.
No, I mean, to me, when you're talking about, and I'm talking just skill positions, I'm not talking linemen and stuff like that. When you talk about skill positions, nobody is untouchable if you're not a top 5, maybe 10. If it's like wide receiver where you have 2 or 3 on the field frequently, if you're not 5 to 10 in the league, you're not untouchable to me. Carson is not untouchable. But when I look at linemen, when I look at the impact of a Brandon Graham and what he means to this organization, what he means in leadership, the playmaking ability that he does have, Brandon Graham to me is literally the only untouchable piece as it is constructed right now on this football team. Anybody else, I get the right deal, you're gone. Even if you get a high offer for Brandon Graham, maybe above market, he's still a guy that I would have to look at what is the impact in leadership and in the organization. It's not like he's a guy who doesn't produce, and we're just keeping him around. Like Malcolm Jenkins started to fall off the last 2 years, and we probably kept him too long. When I look at a guy like Brandon Graham, he's still playing at a high level. May not be the most elite guy, but he still plays at a high level, and he means so much to this organization that even if I got an offer above his trade value, I would still have to think about it before I would actually pull the trigger. Anybody else here? To me, if I get the right deal, if I get their trade value or better, see ya. Even Carson at this point, all of them.
Yeah, that's probably the only one I don't trade for picks.
What these people are saying, though, you want to trade Wentz to see what Hurts has? Like, then what?
And what happens if he can't play just like he couldn't throw the ball at Oklahoma? I mean, I just want to ask,
like, then what? Yeah.
Lamar Jackson get exposed because he can't throw the football good enough. Like that trick doesn't last long. Like that gadget doesn't last long unless he can throw the football good enough. And I'm not saying just time will tell.
You don't trade a player to see what another player can do. That other player has to find an opportunity. Now, whether it's through injury, whether it's through garbage time duty, whether it's through preseason, they have to earn their spot in their reps or through practice. But you don't trade a player to see what somebody has. And hey, guys, by the way, the coaching staff can see what somebody has. So we may not see it, but if you have any faith in the coaching staff whatsoever, and maybe a lot of you guys don't, they see it. They know what this guy has, and he doesn't have what Carson has right now. Not saying he couldn't down the road. Let's be real, it's possible.
All right, do that. Give me. We'll do this. We'll play this game, and then we'll go on to the next one. We'll play this little game. Give me 5 players that you just want on this football team for the next 3 years. Just give me 5 players. Everybody, have to give me 5 players. I can rattle them off real quick. I'll take 11. I'll take 11.
Satori.
That is not me. What? Why is that me?
Are you hearing that?
Yeah, is that you?
Me. I didn't think that you guys were hearing that. Jeez, how many times have you talked about?
We all were.
I heard that as if I heard that as if I was literally inside of the phone
Yeah,
in the speaker.
I felt that in my soul.
Yeah, well,
Was that your 5 players calling?
yes, it was actually. I'm very needed, as you can.
It was Jalen Reger calling to say he's deleting his Facebook as well.
Softy talk. Mr. Softy. Mr. Softy.
He's not made for the city yet, no. All right. All right. Yeah. All right.
Cars,
you go, Tom.
This is who I want for it.
Oh my god.
Girl.
I'm muting myself for a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, Lindsay's muting herself. I'll go Carson, Miles, Lane, BG. I just noticed, guy. I mean, I'll give you 2 extra because I'll go. Rager's going to be on this team, and Darius Slay will be on this team. So that's they're the guys. They're the guys moving forward for the next 3 years. That I'm saying, you know, they got to be on my team. Travis Fulgham's going to be on this team, so I don't really I'm not going to name him. You know what I mean? Because to me, he's not. Again, like nothing's wrong with him. He is what he's going to be. Hopefully, he can exceed his expectations because I don't expect that production from him week in, week out. Now that there's film, etc. I don't expect it every week. So you gotta limit expectations and understand it's going to be growing pains for this kid. He's going to go through some growing pains, right? And he's going to have big games that hopefully next year he really puts it all together, and you won't see games where he has 1 catch. Make sense? So I gotta allow him. You know, he's getting paid $150,000 this year. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't expected to be impactful. So anything I get at him is a positive, and now I just hope he can grow as a player. Make sense? Like this past week wasn't, he didn't have his best week, and that's going to happen. You know what I mean? So I'm not out on the kid. I just know he'll be here because the money's cheap, and he showed he could play, right? So he showed enough, like, hey, I can play here. So now you just hope he can put it together. So, I just already know he'll be here, so I won't name him. So whoever wants to go next, you give me 5, you give me 6. Don't go more than that because I don't think there is more than that that you would say I want to be here.
I'll go. I'll say.
Who's
Carson?
Carson. Bobby said Carson, Lane, Slay, Ford, Miles. Ford. Who's Ford? Who am I missing? Where'd Ford come from? Can he play? Where's Ford? I don't know who Ford is. Bobby, can he play? Bobby, can he play? Suit him up. Let's go.
Let's
Practice
look him
squad
up.
punter. Practice squad punter.
Is that it? Shut up.
No.
Wait, Jonathan Ford. Oh, safety. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby.
I knew the name, but yeah, why are you so hung up on him? All right, so I'm gonna go Carson, obviously. Lane, BG. I guess Miles, but I also want to say because I can't say Boston Scott like I want to, unless I say Miles. But don't get me started on Boston Scott. Like we see what he can do every week when no one wants to talk about him. But
we still doing this tour.
Okay. We're still doing it. We're still in that. And
I get his Hall of Fame jacket ready for you. All right.
I would love to be the presenter on that.
You know about Miles, but you keep Boston.
Well, I feel like if I say Boston, I have to say Miles too, because Boston's definitely a second running back.
Okay, fair.
Right? But a solid second running back for me.
Absolutely fair.
And then I guess I'll say Darius Slay is my other one.
Just because I think he'll be here too, Tor. That's just how I feel about it. I'm just more thinking too, who's going to be here the next 3 years that are investments when you think about investment to an organization. So that's how I'm looking at it. I think anybody else could be. So, Chrome, Lindsay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Linz.
Okay.
Chrome opening the door. Class act.
I feel like we're kind of all a little bit on the same boat. I would say Wentz. I'm gonna say Miles, DG, Lane, and I would say Slay for my fifth person. Kind of a mix up, but I feel like if I had to pick 5, I would go with those 5.
And I think look what we've learned here, with all of us, naming it, and Chrome's going to go, but we've all had like the same names. So that's what it tells you. Like, okay, there's no misperception or misconception of who the better players are on this football team and who you'd want to keep. Like we're saying, like, we don't hate Dallas Goedert or dislike him. We're just not. That's what it says about him. When we're all picking the same player types, it's sort of showing like these other guys just haven't been consistent. Not saying Carson has. You know what I mean? Like Carson, just because he's just here because he's a franchise quarterback and he's not getting dealt right now. So he's not getting dealt. So I expect him to be here for at least another year. We can talk about that at the end of next year because then the money gets different. You know what I mean? It's more enticing for them to make that decision. No, David, that was BG, not DJ. Come, go ahead.
We're going 3 years, right? So I'm not even. It's confused. See, it's tough when I look at this question because I look at Lane. Do I think Lane will be here in 3 years? Yes, I do. I think he's going to be the next wave of Jason Peters, who we get 1 or 2 year deals and reconstruct deals, and he's going to be with his team, forever. But I'm concerned with the injury issues with him. So I kind of look at this like, do I want to look at that, or do I want to look at guys who I think in 3 years will be here, whether they're a strong role player now, who there's a definite need and a fit, or do I want to look at that? I think Darius Slay is on my list. He's definitely going to be here. Miles will probably be on my list as well. I don't have 11 on my list right now. Mm-hmm. Brandon Graham is somebody I think we need to have for the next 3 years.
Disappoint me, Chrome.
I'm probably going to say Jalen Reagor simply for the contract. I don't see them moving him, and he's going to be here. And then I look at a guy like maybe I'm stretching, guys, but I like what I've seen this year and the fact that he's so friggin' versatile. I like Jordan Mailata a lot. I think this organization, for what they invested in him, likes him a lot. So do I see him as a guy who, in my opinion, is definitely going to be here 3 years from now? Absolutely. And I think they learned from the mistake of letting Vaitai go as well.
I do too. We talked about that during quarantine, Chrome, on that we wanted him here just for the versatility. That's the thing. So I mean,
somebody also brought up Brandon Brooks in the comments too. Like he's definitely somebody that should.
Is he though?
Depends on how he comes back from injury.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say how he comes back, but
he's been hurt every year now. I mean, I personally, I love you, brother. You know this. I love Brandon Brooks, and he's one of the top guards in football, but the best ability is availability. So, I mean, I know he gets back from injuries quick and all that stuff. I want him to be here, but I'm just making points that like these are the guys that are probably that Howie Roseman thinks are untouchable. Everybody we just said is probably who Howie Roseman considers his untouchables right now. Now, we assume that, but he also drafted Jalen Hurts. So who knows if Carson's really an untouchable, not even an untouchable, just guys that we think because of their contracts more and being younger that they'll be here. And I think that's
and have something to contribute. Again, like putting Mailata. I don't know that he's going to be the starting guy. I don't know he's going to take Andre Dillard's job next year. He could, but if not, in worst case scenario, I see the kid and what he's put out that he could be at worst case a Vaitai. And guess what? That's a good NFL player. Then, if you are the type of player as a hey, Elodie, I can't even say his name, Vaitai. Big V.
Next one we'll move on to, right? We're going to move on, and this isn't going to be as fun as it's been in weeks past, but we're still going to do it. Is we're going to give out our Tuesday score predictions for Eagles, Browns, and players of the game, and that can be from the losing team too. I mean the winning team. If you don't have the Eagles winning, you can be the Browns. I promised people something that I wasn't picking the Eagles this week, and I'm not. But I just want to say before I don't pick the Eagles, is that this type of game that would go win on us because we're all out. We're all out. Right? We stop the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. So now it's gonna happen. You guys want to get back in? Come on. But thank you. We're just kidding. We were just kidding. You know, that's the kind of thing I could smell happening. Cleveland, they run the football well. We stopped the run well for the most part outside of the quarterback running. I mean, we didn't win Goldman had 2 touchdowns, but he ran hard, but it's not like he tore us up. Daniel Jones got the big runs that really impacted us.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield can move around, but he's not Daniel Jones. So let's be clear on that. If the game
not Daniel Jones. Like Daniel Jones is like elite. Like that's embarrassing.
running,
He looked like Pat Mahomes this week.
running.
I know.
Baker can't run like that. Baker's a better passer, obviously, in my opinion. But so to them things, there are strengths. This is a game this team would win. But, you know, I told anybody in video, so I can't change it now. I mean, not to throw it myself, but I told people in videos, if anybody's picking the Eagles, I can't help you right now. So I can't take them. Straight face can't take them. I don't know how this team's scoring points anymore. Cleveland Browns got a good defense over there. They run the ball well. You know, they play the game the right way right now. They built something good over there defensively. So 27-23, Cleveland, players of the game. Well, every receiver gets open on us. I mean, I don't care. I mean, Darius Slay's supposed to be a great corner. You know, I'm going Jarvis Landry, and defensively, I'm going Myles Garrett. I mean, Jason Peters, good luck, babe. If they move him, you know, depending on what, you know, I think he's on that side, right? He lines up on that side a lot, Garrett, I believe. So good luck, JP. So that's how I got it. Hopefully, since I picked against them, and I want you all to soak that in when people attack me for getting the pom-poms out because I get a little excited that they remember something, that I'll go against them if I have to, if I'm disgusted. And that's where I'm at right now, disgusted. So hopefully they say, Tom, guess what? Hey, we got that for you. And they come out and they play their best football of the season. But highly doubt it. So that's my score. $100 free A2D merch. Anybody nails the score. So 27-23 Browns. Can't believe I just did that. You know, I don't know if I've ever done that. I don't know if I've ever done that.
What? Picked against Eagles?
Mm-hmm.
Ever?
I don't know. I say a lot of things.
We're bringing you down to my level.
I like being there because that's usually when they say, "Hey, Tom, we're coming back inside. We're coming back in. It's cold out here," and they win a football game. So, whoever wants to go next, what do you got? Score prediction: offense, defensive player of the game, and I'll say it again. This is the type of football game this team would win. I'm just not picking them anymore until they win. You got to go win me a football game against a good team before I can pick you. You know what I mean? I can't pick you. How am I picking you? Drew says Browns 17-13. I don't think our defense is good enough to give up 17 points anymore, but we'll see.
So I'm going to shockingly pick the Eagles to win, only because I feel like it's a trap game for me. Like I would normally pick them to lose after what I've been seeing, but I see like a slight, like in my ebbs and flows of the season, I see like a slight grab us back before we lose 4 in a row. So I think this might be that game. So I'm going to go.
What I get. Hold on, Tori. This is what I get. This is what I get for going first. That you're going to do the spinorama on me. You're going to pick them, which means they're going to win. So now I know exactly.
I'm feeling positive this week.
This is unbelievable. Now they're going to win the game, and I decided to be a hero. Hey, I'll go first. You guys think about it. I'll be the idiot. I couldn't pick them, but if I would have known this before all my videos, if you would have just like, hey, Tom, well, slide in the DM.
You can always consult with me. I'm always here to consult for you.
Unbelievable. So who are your players?
All right, so and I'm going to go 20. I feel like I always pick the same score, but 21-19 Eagles. Player of the game, Carson Wentz, who will shut up every person on my damn Facebook and my Twitter because I'm tired of hearing the Wentz slander. He's not playing his best, no. But throw another quarterback in there. Let's see how we play. Like, I feel like it's like the grass is greener kind of things going on. Like, wait till we have like a bum-ass quarterback and everyone's going to be crying for Wentz back. So, Carson Wentz, offense player of the game. Defensive, I'm going to go Darius Slay. He's got to stop their offense. So, that's all I got.
Wow. I'm taken back.
How about that for a hype video?
Yeah, I mean, that was great. That was great. I love it. I don't see it. I don't, just because I just want to be down on them.
Don't get me wrong. We're still trash. Like, this is going to be a luck of the draw kind of win that it's like, remember earlier in the season, I was like, oh, we won, but it wasn't a feel good win kind of thing. It's going to be one of those. Like, we're going to win, but it's not going to be oh, we look great. Like, we're just going to win though.
Okay. But then we're ugly winners of 3 out of 4. Right?
Yeah,
So then
which still means we're trash.
No. Which is going to make me hop right back in the wagon. I'm going to be going 90. You know what I mean? I'm going to be going 90.
No, we don't need you back in the wagon.
I'm going to be back in. I'll tell the people I'm not a liar. I love my teams. I love my teams. I didn't start this to trash my team. I'll trash it. I'll smoke you if I need to. But I didn't start all this to be like Mr. Negativity. I started this to talk sports and have fun with it. I never want to pick against them. I always want to believe, especially through this stretch that they've had over the past 3 years. It's, going into this year, I don't want to pick against them because they've always proved us wrong when we do. So I'm hoping this time, they backed it right in the back of the head. They hit me. They time.
This season is so hard to pick games, though. It really is.
Lee says to her, I never picked against the Birds in 5 years. He said because he's been listening, if not on, for 5 years. Said never picked against.
Wow, that's a long ass stretch, dude.
Breaking.
Thanks, Sweeps. But why doesn't Sweeps comment in here? Why does he got to come in on the text line?
Because that's Uncle Sweeps.
Just let Uncle Sweeps be Uncle Sweeps. All right. Too many questions.
You're crossing some lines now that it's just an understanding, okay?
Sweeps is always coming in on the text line.
We don't question Uncle Sweeps. It's the Sweeps line.
Lindsay, what do you got?
Okay, so I was kind of thinking about this game. I literally thought the same thing that you were saying, Tom. This would be the game that they would win. As soon as you're like, you know what? I'm not having this anymore. This would be the game. And at first, I was going to take them to lose, but after listening to Tori, I'm going to go with her. I'm going to say we're winning. I'm also going to agree it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be a great win. My score, 2017 Birds. And for my offensive player, I'm going to say Miles again. There's just something.
It's going to be bad weather, probably. Lindsay, it's probably going to be bad weather, so that would be a good pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then I'm going to say my defensive player of the game is also going to be Darius Slay.
I like it.
So, yeah, I literally just said that I answered the poll and said, yes, this past game changed my outlook, but that doesn't mean they can't pull out some wins still. It pissed me off, but it doesn't change the fact that I think that this would be the game that they would win. So that's my prediction.
No, I like it. And what people need to understand out there is ebb and flow too. That's what you two ladies are saying is pretty much ebb and flow. It's just okay, they're just going to win this one because this is how the season goes. Not going to be pretty. They're not good again. So anybody that thinks that because you two are picking them that you think they're good again, that's not the case here. What the case here is just ebb and flow here. I just said to myself that I couldn't pick them, that I refused to touch them until they prove me wrong because I don't like to be emotionally hurt, pick them for 5 straight years, and now you want to be a hero. You know what I mean? Now you guys want to be a hero this year. We haven't dealt with enough in 2020. You guys want to add on a little more emotional shit. So here we go. I can't believe I did it, but I'm doing it. And you know what I'm doing it for? I'm doing it for the people because I feel like, hey, you know what, Tom? You go the opposite way. Maybe it'll prove you wrong. And then you went after me, and now I'm totally freaking thinking about hopping on the wagon. I might pick them the rest of the week. And then Lindsay did it too. And now I'm starting to think, well, can they pull it out? Because if they do win, I don't care if they win ugly. I'm going to be jacked up okay, we're bad, but we're not horrendous.
But guess what? We're still in first place though. As much as we're down and we look like trash, we're still in first place. And I completely forgot about that until I think today I heard it. And I'm I knew it in the back of my mind, but that's not in the forefront of my brain at all that we're in first place.
Tora, did you see, or anyone, did you guys see I forget who posted it, but it was like, where's your team at? And the top train had the birds like half in the picture. Like we were top tier, but like we were like, didn't even deserve the whole logo to be shown. It was so funny. I was like, where are you?
Yep.
It was so funny.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Well, did you guys hear it on, it was at ESPN or something? They call us the NFL or the NFC least. That's what they call it.
And we
That's
are.
like that's like my new thing. Yeah, I love it. It's genius.
What did I say earlier in the week? They don't deserve anything to take first place. And I was fired up. They had nothing they do deserves to be in first place. I mean, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. But there's no other sports on. Think about it. There's no other sports on. I'm not saying they deserve to be in first place. I'm saying, like I say, it's very clear because sometimes people don't understand out there. I'm saying I'll take it. I'll take it because of the circumstances. So it gives me something to at least, air quote, look forward to. But as soon as Sixers basketball starts December 22nd, all right, I don't give a rat's ass anymore.
I can't wait to be disappointed by the Sixers again.
Yeah, somebody else hurt me. Somebody else hurt me.
Craving it. Come on, Joel. Thank you.
Grum, I know me and you are probably going to be on, probably going to be a split panel tonight. And I believe Ariana would, if she was on, congratulations to her, bought a new home. You know what I mean? I believe her first house.
What?
I bought my first
I don't know what that's like.
That's real baller status right there.
Last November. Being a homeowner is different. It's cool. It's like, yo, I'm adulting. You know what I mean? Like now you are taking the trash out. You're not like trying to get somebody else to. It's so much different. Adulting's weird. Like adulting, like that's weird. Like having your own place, even if you're not paying a mortgage, just having your own place. Period is like the adulting side of that. I've had my own place in the past. I just never had a mortgage. The mortgage is like really adulting. Like shit, I'm stuck in this shit for 30 years. Oh my god. Oh my god. 30. I gotta eat better. So I don't know where we were going with that. But good times. So Chrome, go ahead. Let everybody know where you stand.
Yeah. No, listen, we're splitting the panel. I'm with you. It's guys versus girls tonight because I have the Birds losing. I have them losing handily here, 33-17. I don't think this game's close. And I'm going my players of the game here. Offensively for the Browns will be Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb is going to have his bounce back game this week. Last week got his feet wet, got his beak wet a little bit. I think he comes back next week and has a really big game against the Birds. And defensively, because it's so typical that this would happen, I'm going with an old familiar Philadelphia Eagles player and Mr. Andrew Sendejo, who's having a really good year for them at the safety position, to be the player of the game. He's going to get his first pick of the year. He's got a hell of a lot of tackles this year. He's been making plays. I'm going with Sendejo being the defensive player of the year, first pick of the year this year on Carson. He might get two. Let's see. But
you're an ass.
I think this is going to be an absolute slaughtering. I think this team stinks. I think that they are going to I'm on the Tory bandwagon this week. I think they get beat the hell up one more time before they finally get the kick in the ass that they need and maybe start playing a little bit. But the fact that Nick Chubb came back last week for me changed my outlook on how easy how the difficulty level of this game. Even without OBJ, they still have playmakers. They still have one hell of a running back tandem.
But real quick, Corum, the Eagles defense, and then go. I don't got a lot to say. The Eagles defense always steps up against good running backs and elite running backs. Like they always stop the run well. So I'm interested to see. I'm interested about this front
here.
If they really come, set a tone on the game.
I think it's going to be tough against these two, though, because if you could stop one, you got to stop two now. If one's not so good, you got the reps. You give those reps to the other guy. I don't know. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in anything with any of these fronts right now. I'm sorry. We're just going to disagree on it.
33-17 is
33-17.
Is 11 getting put down?
What? After that?
No, you heard.
Fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, if this team is down by 3 touchdowns or 3 scores, absolutely.
See. Come on, why can't you just?
If it's a 3-possession game going into the fourth, I think we got to see Jalen Hurts at that point.
Come on, why can't you?
If Carson,
where I am, then why can't you just be 27-23? So we're not
because I don't think.
You have Jalen Hurts coming into the game.
You're doing this now.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
We're adding this
That's
on.
not what I said.
Nick
You
Foles,
asked me a
hold
question.
on. Nick Foles just died on the field last night.
You
and then we
asked me a question.
Now you're doing
He
this.
died on the
No,
field.
First
Died
of
on
all,
the field
Nick
and now you're
Foles,
bringing Jalen Hurts in the game. I can't.
Oh,
no,
God,
that's
it
not what I
hurts.
said. I did not
It
say that
hurts.
he's
It
definitely
literally
coming in. I said going into the fourth quarter, if they are down by 3 possessions, yes, Jalen Hurts comes into this football game. And he should. And he should. If Carson has 2 picks,
and I hope he stinks it up to shut everyone up.
I don't care. Then that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
At some
all right,
point, I want to see him so that we can get a gauge on something, whether it's to shut people up or maybe make the actual case that Carson has competition. At this rate, he's not doing enough to warrant people not being curious about it.
Thank you,
So
Howie
let me
Roseman.
get something.
Thank you.
Let me get something out of it. That's not even a fair point. Let's find out at some point. If he stinks, if Carson comes in, he's playing well, then you don't take him off the field. But if they're down by 3 possessions again, going into the fourth quarter, yes, let's finally see what's there. Is there an actual conversation to be had, or can we shut people up and get this city behind Carson?
But I want to say, even if he's ass, that a lot of our fan base, probably the fan base that still loves Nick Foles, will still want Jalen Hurts, and it'll be excruciating to my mind.
But now there's a point of reference that we can go back to and say, okay, this is what you saw, and you still want him. You're just a Carson hater.
Okay. Let me ask you guys all one question then. Do you want to see Jalen Hurts at some point this year in more of a sample size? Okay. So we'll go like this. You want to see Jalen Hurts? No, we'll do it this way. You don't want to see Jalen Hurts take significant snaps this season. Agree or disagree? Significant snaps.
You don't want to.
You worded that crazy.
Yeah, why do you got to word it like a brain fuck?
No, because I just went the other way because I didn't want people to think that I'm saying I want him to, so I just reworded it. But no, we'll say want Jalen Hurts to take significant snaps this season. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree.
That means my quarterback doesn't step up, who I love and stand by. No, disagree.
Sorry, that's on me. You know what I mean? My bad for the miss that there. We're back. We full circle. I'll say disagree too. I don't want to. I don't know if we keep losing. Like part of me would be like, just let it roll. Then let me see what I got. But I don't want to be there. I thought we were past this. Hey, we're not. We're not, because guess what? At the end of the day, the guy I love, a guy I think that's like my freaking son, hasn't played good enough football. I don't care anymore. He hasn't played good enough football. I can't protect him anymore. I can't sit here, hey, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. No, you haven't played good enough. So listen, he's had a kid, probably hectic as hell. I need you to lock in now, though. I need you to lock in. Let's go. She's old enough now. All right, she's old enough.
He needs to move out, get a new house on, what do they call it? Trulia, and live by yourself for the rest of the season. Please, dear God. Like, fuck his kid and fuck his wife. Respectively.
You got to say with all due respect before that.
Yeah, you can't.
I said it after.
Throw that in after.
All right. Sorry.
No, I would disagree.
Sorry, I'm not sorry.
I want to see something. My preference would be in garbage time while we're up big. But this team at this rate is never going to be up big. So if we're down and there's an opportunity to see him, I want to see him. Whether it's up big, whether it's down. Once, maybe twice. I don't want to see significant snaps, but I would like to see a sample size. So I agree. I do disagree with you and agree. I agree with everybody by disagreeing. That's not what we want to see. But
now
I think we need to see something. Carson has not been good. And
agree or disagree? Carson needs to move out of his house.
Oh, I disagree with you. That's just your lustful heart speaking there.
You're not even my type, you know.
Gingers are everybody's type, okay?
Said the ginger.
Is that on your Tinder profile? Is that Tinder profile?
I got to reactivate it. It's not active.
Let's go. There's a lot of crumb bags out there.
Crumb, I'm just telling you, that speaks a lot of confidence if that's your little bio. That's it. Yeah, boom. You know what I mean? Speaks confidence. Speaks volumes. Really, truly does. So, speaking of volumes, Flyers jerseys, hot or not? You guys let us know. I don't know what the freaking difference is. Honestly, I have no idea. What did they do? They had some black on the sleeves. I mean, what did they do?
They look so different.
Honestly, I kind of thought the same thing. When I first looked at it, I was like, yeah, I think they. No, I think they're hot though. I mean, I think Flyers colors, I just think their jerseys have always been cool, and the fact that I don't personally think they look a whole lot different, I still think they look hot. So
fair, I agree. I don't think they look different much, but that you're right. Lindsay's right. The colors have always been great, and I mean, I understand. I like the color scheme and what they did. A little different jersey. I mean, it's hot. It's hot. I don't know what they did really much different, but it's fine. Sometimes those little moves are the best moves. We talk about in sports too. Sometimes the little move is the best move. Sixers went freaking Boathouse Row. They're going to bring a Boathouse Row. They don't even know what Boathouse Row is if they're not from Philly.
They did a Christmas scene. They didn't even do Boathouse Row. They literally did little gingerbread houses with a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
You said that last week that it was like a gingerbread house.
Yeah.
Sixers and Lindsay say that it was a gingerbread house last week.
Somebody said that. It was a really good comparison.
Yeah.
I see the significant difference in the jerseys. They never had the half sleeve where there's white in the bottom, black up top. Listen.
No, there's nothing different.
It's true. It's different.
The back of their jerseys, the names all have all the names in boxes. They don't have the box there. They remove the box. That's a big difference. It makes it different on the jersey.
First off, you just made 100 violations. Hold on.
Thirdly,
watch
thirdly,
what I just did, though. Watch what I did. I gotta get this out. All right. Well, we both.
To your point.
No, we just both made a violation. We're sitting here calling them jerseys. Remember?
Sweaters. I know. They're sweaters.
Room in a sweater. Hockey fans.
I hate that.
I despise it. Not the time, Thor. We're not going to get into that right now. Hockey fans, the diehards are weird. They're weird. Canadians that started all this shit, weird people. With all due respect to our friends, our family up there. Yeah.
But to your point too, Tom, even if it's a little significant difference, right? Look at the Eagles jerseys, okay? I always felt like the best thing that they did was just add a little bit of shadowing to the lettering into the numbers, and it made the jerseys pop 1,000 times more. I think it's one of the best jerseys, best sweaters they've come up with in a long time. You know it, Taylor.
Sponsorship's coming, babe. Give you
it, baby.
Fashion Nova partner. Whatever.
Listen, I'm fashionable. I'm with it. I'm in with things right now. I notice these things. I'm in.
I can't.
Yeah, wait, and okay, so they're called retro.
Reverse retro.
So I was a little lost. I read that these are only worn in select games.
Correct.
But
it's like an alternate jersey or sweater, alternate sweater.
Tori, you're
gonna be corrected every time.
Guys, so I put this this Flyers jersey because I will never call it a sweater. I put this Flyers jersey on my Christmas list today. So
awesome.
Obviously it's hot to me. The burnt orange kills it. It's more of a matte black too, which I love. I don't know if I love the white on the upper arms because I'm kind of like a sloppy eater and drinker. So I might get some food and drink on that, which will not look great for me.
What you do? Listen, I'm guilty of it. What you do is you just put a t-shirt under. So when you eat, you take the jersey off and then you put it back on after you eat.
Now we're putting bibs on.
But Crum, I have hair and it's hard. It'll mess my hair up. So for a woman,
I've seen people do. Stop that, okay? I've been playing around plenty.
You've seen people with hair like
hockey sweaters and off hockey sweaters. I've taken off plenty of hockey sweaters in my day, okay?
So
I've seen them put them back on after the fact. You can make it work.
How many hockey sweaters have you taken off? Okay.
I date hockey fans. Sorry.
You date hockey fans? What does that mean?
Wow.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Almost every woman that I date is a hockey fan. They wear hockey
You need to switch it up then. They get one forever. You need to start going to other fan hoods. What are you doing? There's something wrong with the sweater people.
That's your problem.
There's something wrong with the sweater people. Get away from the sweater people.
Listen, there's something about the chill of the ice and then the need to warm up and cuddle after. You know what I mean?
I'm dead. I have been on some hockey dates that I talked to Tom about, which were kind of good. They're kind of good dates to go on.
They're great. They're great dates.
Except when you get ghosted afterwards, but like the whole date part of it is cool.
Yeah.
Can I say
Really.
something? I don't know what like.
Sorry about the ghosting part. That sucks.
I don't know what
Yeah.
dating is anymore. I don't. Obviously.
Well, Tom,
No. But I'm just saying, like, it's been longer than just being married. Like, I've been with Lena for 9 years. I mean, I didn't just get with Lena. It didn't just happen. So I feel like it went fast. We just felt like I just met her like yesterday. Seriously.
So you don't even know dating apps at all.
No. But listen, I would. You know what I mean? I would do my thing out there. I mean, I'd probably get more jerseys off than Chrome. I could probably guarantee that. But that's,
we
we'll
need
do
to have
that.
a contest.
We'll do
Hey,
that.
you got one of mine hanging on the wall there, big boy.
That was on somebody that happened. I got to spread the whole building down. I got to spread the whole building. I thought I was quarantined out here last week, and now I got to spray it all down.
He's got my Reggie White jersey hanging on the wall.
How many girls you taking that off?
Who, me?
No, not you.
Yeah, thanks.
Taking my Reggie White jersey?
I'm gonna say Tom's taking it off of 1 in 9 years.
You are correct.
Off of me.
Awkward.
What's all?
So yeah, I'm gonna say that the jersey's hot. It's on my Christmas list. Like, let's go. Like, send it to me. I live on the Whitehurst Pike.
Like, honestly, and in comparison to what we saw from the Sixers last week, to me, this is night and day.
That's another thing too. I was gonna say, like, compared to the Sixers jersey, like, how do you not like love this?
Yeah, it's hot. Sixers jersey's not hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sixers jersey, like, honestly, had so much potential too. Like I said, your colors are red, white, and blue, and black sometimes. But like, even if you wanted to do all black, there's just so many different directions that could have
I'm
gone.
still mad about that. Like, they needed to go with the throwback black.
Yeah.
Like, if we're gonna do the throwback, why can't we just wear that jersey on occasion?
I mean, do you like the New Jersey scrum? You said you didn't.
No, they're dog shit. Why, if they want to go with a black jersey, why do we have to design a new one? Just on the throwback nights, wear the throwback jersey that everyone loves.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I hate the new one. To me, it's the ugliest jersey I've ever seen.
All right, next
Hands
one.
down.
Next one after the jersey, social media fails. Mine's obviously Jalen Reagor because he pretty much deactivated his account. So that's a big
That fell in the lap today.
Yep, that was an easy one. Thanks, Tor.
Where does that drop come from?
The what?
The drop? Did anyone just play a drop?
We're talking
Maybe is it somebody's phone?
No, nothing
It's not
happened.
me this time. It's not me this time.
It's got to be Chrome. He's playing like, remember Farmville on Facebook in like 2005? It sounds like you're playing Farmville.
I'm not playing anything. I'm looking on social media because I've been away from the world, trying to see if I caught any social media fails this week.
Okay. So my social media fail, I'm going to call out somebody because guys are so dumb. Girls are dumb too. But it's a personal person to me. She has this crumb of a man that keeps trying to get back with her. But in the midst of trying to get back with her, and this guy has a past with escorts. So let's note that. In the midst of this trying to like gain the love back, she finds him Venmoing an escort at 4:30 in the morning on a Saturday morning. Venmoing. Guess what the caption is? The caption on Venmo is "Thank you." So that's my social media fail. Are we all hearing that?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's Farmville. It's weird.
I don't know.
Okay. So my social media fail is guys that and they forget to check their Venmo. Y'all hear? I can't hear you guys.
I don't know.
I can hear you.
I'm back.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
So maybe that was Lindsay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what that was. That was the weirdest thing ever.
That's
what's
what I was
funny?
looking up on.
You know what's funny is I was gonna say maybe it was Tori, and then instead of the video this week we're getting the audio.
Seriously.
The video's been pretty great.
I muted her. It wasn't her.
I know. I don't want to jinx it.
Not to
dude-
jinx you or anything.
So this dude is now he's back with her now. He was back with her.
No, he's been trying to get back with her,
I mean,
and then Venmo's an escort. But this guy has a past with escorts.
well, then he's an issue. So what's the conversation? Then he's never going to change. You're striking
No,
your
the con-
stripes.
and this is called a social media fail because you're trying to get back with somebody. You pay an escort in cash. Okay, what happened to the old days where you pay escorts in cash? You don't Venmo an escort. No, and if you're single, all props to you. Don't care who you Venmo. But us ladies, we see this. We see your Venmo. We see you Venmo and escorts, and then we find her on Facebook. Okay. That's my thing. Is don't forget about your Venmo.
Yeah, I listen. It's something everybody can learn out there. Everybody listen, and we're here for the people. And you know what I mean. You don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, but now I don't want to like give like tips to people that are scumbags. So how about you just not get escorts?
Yeah. I mean, shy away. I mean, that's tough. That's tough sledding for that dude. No rebounding from that. He said thank you. You know what I mean?
So
he said thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, it's
He
cute.
could have wrote haircut.
You could have wrote cop outing. You know what I mean? You could have went cop outing.
No,
Yeah,
he
that was
wrote
cool.
thank you at 4:30 a.m.
Oh yeah. But you know what's going on with that escort? That's some hardcore action late night, probably some drugs. No good.
But I got social media fails for weeks to come. So that's just one of them.
I have so many. Mine that I thought of for today is like takes way too long to explain. But basically, I had a stalker last year, and they like sent a note to my work, and then that was in social media. But then then it went away for a few months, and then they started texting my coaches saying that it was me and saying that I was that I got fat over the summer. It was really weird. It was so weird. And then basically one of the girls on my team had her phone number on her Instagram. So then the person took her phone number, texted her, made her believe it was me, started all this stuff. So that's the Instagram. But then the fail on whoever's part, well, actually, I guess it's not a fail because we still don't know who it was. But sort of the fail was that once we figured out that the guy or girl that texted my friend, she went on, because you know how on Snapchat you can add someone, their contact, it says quick add. Well,
Yeah.
she saved my name in there. And so it came up Lindsay, but the name was someone different, a guy's name. So then we looked him up on Instagram, and he blocked every single person that tried to follow him. It was the weirdest thing ever.
So wait, was your stalker a guy or a girl?
So we don't know. Basically, because I went to the police, called the police twice, and they basically said that they could not help me unless I was assaulted. So.
Wait, I love how their go-to was to tell your coach that you got fat.
Yes. Wait, the weirdest part of the whole thing, I have pictures of text messages. The weirdest part of the whole thing was that they were sent a picture of a cheeseburger from McDonald's and was I think I had one too many of these. Sir, I haven't had McDonald's since I was 9. Okay, I don't know what kind of point you're trying to make, but
wait, we need to find out if this was a guy or a girl.
I mean, I would have to guess that it was a girl because who
a guy would be trying to get with
yeah, what guy calls why do you? I don't know, stupid.
Social
but yeah,
media is a weird fucking place.
That's my fail.
Romer. That's a tough.
Ooh.
That guy, girl, whatever, needs to probably be locked up for a little bit. Yeah. Maybe a 6-monther. Just just deal with a little jail cell talk for a little bit. That's all. Let's set some weirdos straight real quick. So you set a weirdo straight. Send them in for a year. Let them clean them up. Let them handle it. It's like the judge and jury in there. You know what I mean? Let the judge and jury inside figure him out. Let them handle him. Guys like that. The other guy though, he just has that's what he likes. See, that's what he's going to be. He's always going to be the guy who goes to the Venmo and.
Well, guess what? That guy needs to stay far away from my damn sister. Okay. Yes, it was my sister. It's close to home.
Oh.
Bye, boy. Bye, boy. Keep your escorting ass wherever the hell it goes. On Escort Avenue. Thank you.
Yeah, tell your sister to run away too. Get away. All right, that's my advice. Get away, far away as possible.
Been telling her that for 8 years.
8 years. Oh, this has been going on for a while. We got to do a whole show on this one day. Cromer, social media fail. And then we'll do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if this one sucks, you guys can let me know. It's just an interaction I had on social media yesterday, actually. I'm not one of those crazy conspiracy theorists. It's one of those things where everybody knows that, especially on Facebook and these different apps, when you can give them access and they look at your search history, your text messaging, right? And all these ads start popping up. Right. So my buddy went shopping, or he went to the post office, right? And he collects these like presidential ornaments and they happen to be selling it. So he bought the ornament. He goes home, tells his wife, "Hey, I found the ornament." And then like 2 hours later, he's getting ads. So he makes a post about how to deactivate the mic and stuff. And some dude like gets on there and he starts like, he's a real weird guy. And he starts putting on there that like, it's not true. They don't do this. They don't listen to your mic and this and that. And it's like, all right, whatever, but then people just are commenting, right? So I just comment back and I told this story, and there was a story where about a year and a half ago, it was my sister and our friend were over, and they were talking about something, and I made the joke, or somehow the joke of like the Chris Farley skit from SNL, with Matt Foley living in a van down by the river came up. I made a joke about it. I haven't searched it. I haven't text messaged about it. I never would. It was just a random joke that I made. 15 minutes later, I'm getting ads, and to this day, I'm still getting ads for T-shirts for that sketch all the time. So anyway, I just kind of posted on there, and this dude just gets like Captain Sensitivity, right? That's like my new nickname for all sensitive people, Captain Sensitivity, and he's talking about how
that's real creative,
mocking him and all this and that, and then he's basically like this douche who's on there basically telling everybody, well, you had to have searched it, and he's literally saying, well, if it's on the internet, it's true. And that to me is a fail, an absolute fail, that you're that much of a moron that you're like, well, you can read it on the internet. Yeah, you can read anything on the internet. Read anything on the internet. Everything on the internet is true. And to me, you are a complete idiot. And I commented back to him before he deleted his comments on the thread, because he probably realized he was an idiot. I said, you can't mock somebody that mocks themselves with that kind of stupidity. That to me was just an idiot.
That was a stupid ass argument, Chrome.
Internet, it didn't even start as an argument. It was just like this dude telling people that everything on the internet is true. And then it's like, dude, you're an idiot. It was kind of like that. But, you get annoyed when somebody tells you what you did and didn't do. He's like, oh, you had to have searched it. They don't listen to the mic. I'm like, dude, I would know if I ever searched it.
I feel like we have better stories that would come from your online dating profile.
Oh, I could tell you a ton. I can tell you the whole time. You talking about escorts? I got a story about that one day.
I bet.
I dated someone who on my birthday found out they were an escort, and they had no idea. So
they found out they were an escort?
Yeah. I could tell the story if you want. I'm not going to say.
Save it for next week.
Yeah.
Let's keep the folks coming back.
Yeah. So the shout out segment. Who are you going to shout out?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go shout out in a different direction, a shout out in a negative way. I'm just gonna shout out my entire football team. I'm gonna shout out the entire organization, because listen, we were all lied to this year. This wasn't the football team we expected. We all believed that this was going to be the week where they really rebounded and brought us all back and made us believe that, all right, the winners are 3 in a row. We're going to continue. We're even though we're winning ugly, we're winning a lot of games in a row, right? And I think that's all we wanted for this week was that to win 3 in a row and feel better about ourselves. So, my shout out to negativity is that. My other shout out is tomorrow night, NBA draft, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Got some NBA action. I'm not a big overly draft junkie now, but with less sports on, the draft become even like more impactful because it's entertainment. And I'm looking forward to the Sixers hopefully getting better. So, I know we got to wait till 21, but, we'll be talking the draft tomorrow night, obviously, on the Fix and AM and the PM tomorrow night at 9. So I'm excited for it, and that's where my 2 shout-outs are.
I'll go next because I might have to hop off or I might get kicked off because my computer's on 2%. But
Go.
Now, I'm going to shout out Thanksgiving because, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. Thanksgiving might be my favorite holiday. So, yes, that's my first shout out. Second shout out would be Christmas music because, the night of Thanksgiving, I'm going to start listening to Christmas music. So those are my 2 shout outs.
The girl loves holidays over here.
I'm such a holiday, Christmas. Don't even get me started.
You got to see Christmas at Disney.
Lindsay, I'm the same way, though. I love
it. I've seen Christmas at Disney, Chrome. I have.
Best thing ever.
I played club lacrosse, and we went. That was the time we went, November, and they have all the Christmas stuff up. And when they make it snow, it's so cool, awesome, love it.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so my shout out is. So I had a conversation with somebody this weekend, a male, who was telling me I can't talk football with a female for no reason. We didn't even get into the conversation yet. He was just saying, I can't talk football with a female. He was a Cowboys fan, if that helps to give relevance to the story. But on that note, I want to give shout outs to everyone I've come across at A2D Radio and Last Out Media, who I'm both affiliated with, who I've literally not come across anyone who has downplayed me being a woman and talking about sports. So I want to say the majority of dudes out there are open and love that we do this. So I want to shout out the guys that see us as equals. And then on that note, I guess shout out to Kim and how do you say her last name? NG?
Oh my God.
I'm not sure, but yeah, you're close.
Yeah, I don't think I'm close at all. But Kim, the last name is NJ, the new female GM for the Marlins. Girl power. Let's go.
No, I mean, every little girl should be raised they can do whatever they freaking want. There's no limits on shit. You know what I mean? There's no limits, and there shouldn't be limits. If she's qualified for the job, if she's good enough for the job, if she understands the game, if she has a feel for the game, take her number evaluations away. Take what she's good at the cap. Take all that away. If she can be a good player developer, if she knows how to put the right people in place, if she knows how to be a leader, that's all that freaking matters. And to be honest with you, as of right now, and being we don't even have one, she's probably, I'm not gonna say she's the best GM in the division, because there's a lot of good ones. Obviously, Atlanta's got a good one. Washington's done a good job, but she's right there as soon as she's hired, and she's there with Derek Jeter. I think that's a win for that organization, and I think she's going to do a tremendous job. She's been around baseball for a long time. It's not like you just plucked her from somewhere else. She's been around for a long time and is well and maybe even overqualified at this point for this job, to be honest with you. And I'm not like, women need to get every job. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying she's overqualified for the job. She's been doing it a long time, and it's well deserved. And if you put your nose down and keep working like she did, you deserve everything you get for anybody. Man, female, doesn't matter. And that comes the same thing with A2D and talking sports, right? Lindsay does it. Tori, you're good at doing it too. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you didn't have a history of doing it. You just had a history of talking sports. Same thing with Lindsay. So, I mean, I've listened to a lot of comments on here. I've had a lot of people on A2D radio. I'll take you two over a lot of people. So that's all I got to say about it. What? Say something. Say something. I won't really do it. Say something.
It'll take you guys over me in a heartbeat.
But real quick, I want to tell people what this show is about. We are sports and entertainment combo. Every show on A2D radio gives you a different feel and a different vibe. So I understand, like, we got off the rails and we went off the rocker. That's what's going to happen. We're going to give you a lot of sports talk.
That's the point.
And we're going to have fun at the end. All right? You want to be, and I'll say this again, you want to have missionary sports talk, go to the dial. If you want everything, that's how I live my life. Everything's got to be right down the pipe. We've got to stick to everything. If you want that in your life, then don't follow A2D, because we're going to give you a little bit of everything here. All right? A little piece of everything. So enjoy it, soak it in, and we love you all for commenting, even if some of y'all got a little disrespectful. You know what I mean? If I see you in an alley, we're throwing hands, which is fine.
Same.
But listen, we love y'all, and we love y'all for chiming in, and we can't thank you enough.
Let me give my shout outs real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
See, like I said, ladies, I'll take you guys over me any day. They didn't even come to me at this point. Now, listen, shout out to Tori's Internet, making it through this show strong and powerful.
I can't believe it.
Not one freeze. I'm really impressed with that. So shout out to that. Shout out to Lindsay's computer for making it through the end of the show as well. Shout out to Disney for Disney Christmas is fantastic. It's wonderful. And that has to be called out. And no, like Tom said, piggybacking off of it, I ain't kissing any ass or anything. You guys, this is a great show. This is a fun show, and people are already responding to it. So I want to say shout out to you girls for bringing an awesome new development and personality here. A much needed personality here. And, it's been a fun time. So
can I just piggyback off of that? You three have done a tremendous job. I never got so many texts after our first show like I did that one. Never from numerous people, and I'm not just making it up. It's unbelievable. I can't thank you three enough for, Ariana's not here, but I can't thank you three enough for taking the chance and doing it, because I think it's great. I think it totally ties into what we're trying to get A2D to be, which is the voice of the people. And if you have a voice and you want to represent whatever team you want to represent, you want to talk sports, you want to talk life, it's the freaking place to do it. So, like I said, if you want missionary, go to the dial. They'll give you missionary all day. Get in your car and enjoy it. Soak it in. So, if you want something different, let's go. And I'll protect. You talk shit on these three. I protect them like my sister. I know Chrome's the same way. So, be careful. Just be careful. You know what I mean? Got a couple. I know some Italian people. I'm Italian. You know what I mean? I'm from
tread lightly.
You know what I mean? That's what, make a couple calls. I don't want to make calls. That's not what this is about. This isn't about getting me dialing, some uncles up. What are you guys busy? Get busy. I need you to do me a favor. And next time that happens to you with that guy, go stay away from the police. Just give us a call. Give any Italian a call. They'll take care of it for you. You're in
next week we're talking dick pics. Get ready.
Really, we're doing this?
Yes.
Every dude who's ever sent one creeps me out, and I'm not saying that because ladies.
I have so many stories.
Any dude, I've never even sent one to my own freaking wife because it's creepy. Nobody wants to see your dick. Yeah. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody. I just want to clarify that for the people. And nobody. You want to ruin a DM real quick in a good conversation? Send that. Send that and let me know how the rest of the conversation goes. Because there ain't a girl in the world that you actually want to be with for a period of time that wants to see it. Like that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm just being real. That's my opinion. I don't think anybody wants to see it. Maybe you're in a long-term relationship. Good. Send away. If that's your thing, that's fine. That's just not mine. But when you don't really know somebody, calm the freak down, dude. Slow, pump your brakes. We'll get into that next week. You're maybe fired up. We got to get out of here. I'm fired up. Stay
tuned.
that hurts me. That hurts me. It's weird. It's creepy. There's dudes you don't want living next to you. Like, I'm not waving you in the backyard. Like, I see you. You got a fire pit. You're having a good time outside.
You have a fire pit.
It's just like, Bob, Dom, you just give a head nod. That's all they get. And I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you. I'm questioning your wife, too.
I'm dead.
That's going to be fun. Listen, thank you guys. Everybody. My shout out to everybody that's been supporting A2D and every show here and all the new ones coming in, because it's crazy. Like this past 2 weeks, I feel like I've added so many great shows and so many people that are in it because they love it, and that's all the goal was for this. So, and it's about you peeps. We're giving you the voice. So thank you all for time unknown. Lindsay, I'm not even saying it right now because I'm going to butcher it now.
Mopper.
Mopper.
Like a mop.
Crum, I'm sorry.
Oh, Dad.
I'm sorry, Crum. Michael Crum. I'm just saying Victoria. I'm not even doing
We're going to get you a phonics book. We're going to start going through
we can just do first names.
Are
we on a first name basis now? Or
Yeah, we can. Because I accidentally say my name full, and then I feel like if I short up everybody else, I'm being disrespectful. You know what I mean? I don't want to be disrespectful. So
I'm like a first name person.
Me too. You know what I mean? I'm not a last name guy, but if you guys rather we keep the last names out, I'm good. It'd make my life easier.
I'm okay with that.
Cathedral.
Cool,
Thanks, guys. I'm just trying to be,
I like my full name.
I'm trying to be semi-professional here, right? Like you know what I mean? Like I got a little class. Maybe not, I got the tie with the t-shirt on. Cathedral, my man. Look at I miss this guy. He was all over Facebook. He probably got banned because he's an animal. And he's being
Probably got
aggressive. But I love you, brother. I hope you're staying safe down south. And chime in. And TTP, you better come in. It's a great conversation because you sound like smells like you've set one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what it sounds like.
Don't out yourself. Don't out yourself here. All right. We out. We love you. I'm just kidding. Say your alerts. If you listen, wherever you get your podcasts, we're there. Like, subscribe, follow, download, put on live notifications. We're rocking shows. 2 shows a night here, essentially. And it's nonstop. Usually Chrome would be on Lazy Booking before, but just got it from Florida. So everybody.
We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back with that next
Tom's
week.
on every show.
Just a quick shout out for that. Lazy Booking will finally, after like a month, be back next week. I'm joining Andy this week for our Survivor Series preview, but it will be back next week before we get to join the ladies and talk dick pics.
Yeah.
Good time.
Favorite.
Oh my God. My favorite. Look at that. Asking for him. Now we got to get out of here. We're out.
No.